Okay, what's going on guys, Wingspan here and welcome back to another episode inside the Handcraft server. Today guys, we're gonna be making the automated cocoa bean farm, but before I can get to that, I have a little bit of a task to do, and that task is to fill up 3 shulker boxes worth of melon blocks. And the reason for that is because the nearest jungle for us is like 1000 blocks away in the nether, so that's a long way. So we decided that we're going to be using the boats on the ice just to get there a little bit faster. And of course we don't want that tunnel just to be the Bedrock, we want to decorate it, and one of the blocks we're going to be using for that is of course some jungle wood, cocoa beans and melon blocks. And it seems like I'm the only one with the melon farm, so I'm going to be providing 3 shulker boxes worth of melon blocks. So I'm just going to grab 3 shulker boxes over here, and you can see that first one is like already half full, and the reason for that is because these are actually all melons I currently have in my base. So I need to fill up 3 of shulker boxes, so that should be fun, and I'll catch you guys once I have some progress to show you. So guys, I just finished filling up the first one, and that took a little bit longer than I expected, but you can see over here that we have the first shulker box filled up with the melon blocks, so I'm super happy for that, but I didn't really expect it to take that long. But anyway, first one is done, 2 more to go, so I'll just get back to the work. Alright guys, I just finished filling up the second one, and last one took a little bit longer than I expected. Even though it was like half full, it took me a couple hours to get, but this one took a long time. It's actually a day 2 of me gathering the melons, so you can see over here I have both of them filled up, and I'm super happy for that. But you previously remember that I had this side for the pumpkins and this side for the melons, but I basically turned them all into the melons just to get these shulker boxes filled up a little bit faster. So this is day 2 of me gathering the melons, and I'm thinking I'm going to expand this farm a little bit more just to get the third one done a little bit faster. So I still got 1 more to go, so I'll get back to the work. Alright guys, I'm finally done with gathering the melons, and I have 3 shulker boxes filled over here. You can see all of the 3 shulker boxes are actually filled, and I'm super happy that this is finally over. And you can see the first one is filled up, second one and third one over here. So I'm super happy that this is done, and if you do the math, this is actually over 5000 blocks of the melons. And I actually never had that amount of any blocks, so I didn't really expect that melon is going to be the first one. But I'm super happy that this is finally over. And I'm actually so sick of the melons, but I'm going to keep this farm a little bit more just to get my supplies back a little bit. And my axe actually broke like a couple times, and it got to the point where it costed 33 levels to repair. So I really wanted to keep this guy, and I didn't want to lose him, but I didn't have any of the mending books. But luckily Matt was on, and he gave me the mending book to put on this guy, and I just repaired it at the skelly grinder. So I'm super happy for that. But as I said, I'm going to keep this a little bit more, and then I'm going to clean it up and we can start working on the cocoa bean farm. Alright guys, I just finished clearing out the melon area over here, and I'm super happy for that. I just missed my floor over here, and if you're wondering why is that so dark over there, it's because that's like a fog effect. It's currently raining outside, and you can see if I go to the distance, that just got fog over there, and that's why it gets real dark. But anyway, I'm super excited to do this cocoa bean farm because I get to do the time lapse of mining this thing and just missed my time lapses. But yeah, one of the things I need to keep in mind is that I need to leave 2 blocks over here. I kinda made this pumpkin and melon farm accidentally like 2 blocks away from this, but now I'm really happy because I still need to decorate this wall over here. So I'm just going to mirror that on this side, so you can see we're going to start off from this block, and I'm super excited, and I can't wait for the time lapse, so let's just get it started. love that you guys enjoyed that little time lapse. This is the first third-person time lapse I did, and I just want to say massive thank you to Lava Man, because I wouldn't be able to do the third-person time lapse without him. He was basically like the cameraman, and he had some amazing shots, and I'm really thankful that he helped me. He recorded it on his cell phone and basically sent me the videos, so massive thank you for that. And of course his link will be in the description below, as well as all of the other handcrafters. Now that we have this amount of space, we can work on our automatic cocoa bean farm, and I'm not really sure if I'm going to be able to use all of this space. In fact, I'm sure I'm not going to use most of this space, but I just love to have a big area, and this wall over here is basically going to be decorated, and over here we're going to have like a little entrance. So I'm pretty happy that I managed to dig this amount of over here, and I think it's going to look amazing. But without further ado, we're going to start working on the automated cocoa bean farm, and I'm going to be using my design I have tutorial on, so if you want to check out the tutorial, link for that will be in the description below too. So we're going to start off, I think, from like this block over here. I think would be nice, so let's just go one block away from the wall. So we are basically going to be using the normal pistons and just wall of the jungle wood over here, and we're going to connect that to the redstone. So when we activate this piston, they're going to push the wall to the right, and we're going to have another row of the pistons over here that are basically going to reset the wall. And by flushing the wall from one side to the other, we're basically going to harvest every single one of the cocoa beans. So I think that's a really nice design. And over here we're just going to go 12 blocks like this, because that's the maximum amount that piston can push, and I think it will just fit somewhere around over here. So I'm hoping it's going to fit, but we'll see. So let's just count this. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 12, 10, sorry, 11 and 12 blocks over here. And the reason I'm counting it like this, because I don't want to mess up, and I just want to put all of the logs facing upwards. So yes, I think that would look a little bit better. So now we need to make sure that we leave one block gap over here, because when these pistons activates, they are basically going to push this side over here. And if we had the piston over here, it wouldn't be able to work, because that would be 13 block and it wouldn't be able to move it. Or if he had less blocks, it would just push the piston, and we don't want to do that. So that's why we're leaving one block gap over here, and looks like this fits perfectly over here. It's going to be symmetrical, which I really like. And even though we have like 2 blocks over here, and we are just about this wall decoration over here, so I'm pretty happy about that. So basically we're going to do it like this. So we have 12 blocks in the middle and 2 blocks at the side over here. So now that we need to do is basically raise this up. So let's just go like 7 high, and I tested it with the 8, and it doesn't really work that great, because I can't really reach that block that good to put the cocoa beans on. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 over here, and we're basically going to go 7 blocks up, and I think that's going to be like the perfect height for this. So let's just go, that's 5, 6 and 7, 1 over here. So we just need to bring the jungle wood up right now over here, and I think this is really nice design, and I think the 7 block is going to be perfect for this kind of thing. And I'm really happy that I have the feather falling on my boot. It just basically makes this a little bit easier, and my boots, I think they're like hurt a little bit because they have the thorns on it, so that just takes a little bit of the durability. And I just hit I always kill some mobs, and basically I take a lot of the damage, so I'm pretty happy that the boots are still on me and that they didn't break. And I'm kind of hoping that I'm going to have enough wood over here. I basically gave like all of the jungle wood to the Mad, so we can basically start working on the tunnel for the jungle, but I'm not really sure. I should have enough over here, but we'll see. If I need some more, I'll just grab some more off camera, but I'm kind of thinking this is going to be like just enough, but we'll see. I think we have 3 rows, so that's 7, that's like 21, so we should be able to finish this and have a little bit of the spares item over here. And while we're here, let's just start like bringing these pistons over here. So we need to go like 6 more, so 1, 2, okay, let's just pile up a little bit more. So 1, 2, 3, and we need to go like 4 more, so 4, 5, and we need to go just 2 more over here, so 6 and 7. I think that's the perfect height, or I did a little bit wrong it over here. Okay, there we go. Let's just bring this one over here, and I'm pretty sure that's like a good size for this. Let's just double check this. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Yeah, I went a little bit too far out. So I think this is basically perfect, and this is basically where we're going to plant our cocoa beans. And now I'm just going to do the redstone, and I'm going to do it off camera, because if you guys want to check the tutorial on this, I just put the link for that video in the description below. So I'm just going to connect the redstone, and I'll catch you guys when I'm done. So guys, the redstone part is finished, and I'm going to show you how simple this is. We just have some redstone line going across over here, basically with the full block on every second piston over here, and then we just have a little bit of a staircase going up like this, and I'm going to show you it over here. And of course, if you want to check how to make this again, the tutorial for this will be in the description below as always. So you can see over here that we have just a redstone line going across over here like a little staircase using these slabs, and that's really effective way to get redstone to up areas over here. And the reason we have the full block on every second one is basically that block is going to power this piston over here that block is standing on, and this one above it over here. And that's just the reason why we have the full block on every second piston over there. And of course we're just using normal piston, so that's all good. And then we have just a little redstone repeater over here, just the one. So basically that extends the signal to this piston and just adds a little bit more delay to it. So basically these pistons are going to activate first, flashing the wall to the left side, and then these guys are going to activate, basically setting it into the starter position. And we basically have the same redstone line going across on this side, and basically that's how our little contraption is going to work. So it's really simple, and if you several let us, let's just press this button, and you should be able to see that the wall flashes to the right and then to the left side over here. And I think that's amazing, and that's basically how we are going to harvest all of our cocoa beans. So the next thing we need to do is basically like decorate this just a tiny bit, and I'm going to be using the stone slabs, but of course you can use anything you want. So I'm just going to go up with these slabs because I just think they look nice with the jungle wood over here, and we're basically going to use them to cover the pistons over here. So just do it like this, and we can do it on this side over here. And that's basically how we're going to kind of cover the redstone, and we're going to be left off just with this jungle wood, and I think that looks really amazing. So let's just check this out, and you can see we can't see the pistons or anything, and when we press this button the wall is going to get flashed from one to the other side really quick, and it's kind of laggy over here, but that's basically how this is going to work. So I'm just going to cover this side over here also, and I think that this looks amazing, and I think this is going to be pretty much all of the cocoa beans we need to get, and we don't really need the massive amount of it, but it's really good to have the cocoa bean farm because they're like really simple to make. And of course we're going to cover this over here, and I really like that this is like symmetrical over here, and I think that looks really nice and really helps out the room, and just gives me a lot more space to work for the decoration. And you can see we have just the wall over here, and I think that looks really amazing, and that we managed to cover all of this over here. So the next thing we need to do is basically like dig this floor over here, and I'm just going to dig like 3 layers over here, and I think that's pretty much going to be all we need, because once we harvest the cocoa beans, they can like fly I think just 3 blocks from here. So that's why I'm just going to have some hoppers, and that's basically how we're going to get all of the cocoa beans in the area over here. So I think we basically need to mine this over here, and I can just fill the hole with this. I don't really care what we're going to use because we won't be able to see that anyway. So let's just dig this over here, and I think this is basically all we're going to need, and I just missed 1 block over here. So I don't really have that many of the coppers, but if I need more, I'm just going to make them off camera. So the way we're basically going to do this, let's try to work out like a little middle area over here. I think this should be good. Let's just check this out over here. Okay, I think this should be good. I'm not really sure if that's like in the middle. Let's just count this over here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on this side, and I'm pretty sure that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 over here. And I can't believe we just managed to hit the right spot over here. So this is basically the spot where I'm going to put my chest, and that's basically where all of the cocoa beans are going to go. So they're basically going to end up on this chest over here. So now we just need to like lead the hoppers into each other over here, and it doesn't really matter which way you put it, because the cocoa beans are eventually just going to end up into the chest. I think that's really amazing. So we can just connect this chain over here like this. It doesn't really matter which hopper you connect with which, because as I said, they're going to end up in the right place, and that place is the chest over here. So just make sure that you are sneaking, otherwise you're not going to be able to put these guys over here. And I think we're just going to miss a couple of them, so we're missing like 3, so let me just get them over here. Alright, so there we go. We just need 3 of them, and I'm really sad. This is like all of my iron that I got, and I only have like 15 more blocks, and that's not really that much. I had like 30 blocks when I started this, but that's really nice because I'm going to go to the mining, and I'm really happy that I managed to use all of that resources. So these are the last 3 ones. So 1, 2, 3 over here, and that's pretty much all we needed to do for this. So yeah, that's finished, and I basically planted all of the cocoa beans, but sadly I'm running out of time for this episode. So if you guys have enjoyed it, make sure to leave a like and subscribe if you're new to my channel. It really does help. Hope you enjoyed. Thank you so much for watching, and peace out.